Alright guys, we're back with another video. Welcome back, and today I am going to be drawing Bruno Bucciarati from Golden Wind. Now it's been extremely long since my last video. My last video was actually before Golden Wind started airing. I don't know, I don't even remember, October I think, yeah. It's been a while, I apologize. I'm just a very busy man, and I do what I can when I can. This is spring break though, so new video. Yay! Today we're going to be drawing Bruno Bucciarati, as I've said before. And yeah, let's get right into it. I'm drawing digitally, but you can really do what I'm doing with just a pencil and paper as well. This is just the basic tutorial on how to draw his face. So, yeah, don't fret. Don't think that you have to have a drawing tablet. So, I'm going to start off, as I always start off, with a circle. Right? Once you got the circle in, again, as I always do, start off with the line for the center of the head. I'll keep things simple, and he's going to be looking straight at us. Right? Right. If you don't like the placement of that, it's not in the middle of the page, I'll move it up. Some of the perks of doing this digitally. Alright. And now we're going to put in the shape for his face. So how that's going to work is, you're going to want to follow the curve of your circle, and about right where it starts to curve back in, you want to draw a straight-ish line, kind of slanted inwards, like this, right? And then you want to have it go in again, more angled, like that. And you're going to do the same thing on the other side. Have a straight line about where it starts where your circle starts curving in, like this. And then you want it to go back in, like that. And when you get to a little about the middle, you're just going to curve it off. Just like so. I'm just trying to get the angles where I want them to be. Alright. We got that. Now what we're gonna do is, Bucciarati has strange hair. It's very simple actually. It's like a bowl cut with bangs, and it's pretty easy. So how we're gonna do that is, when you're drawing hair, especially with a manga style, you want to give the hair a little volume. So if you think of the top of the circle right here, where my cursor is, I'm darkening it, as the skull, then you want to have your hair a little bit above that. See where I put it? Like that. How Bucciarati's hair is going to work, it's really mostly just going to follow the circle, and at the sides, it's gonna come a little far outwards and go back in. And we're gonna go a little past the line we put in for the side of his chin, because his bangs kind of cover it up. So it's gonna be like this. Yeah? Actually, I drew that a little too far in. There we go, like that. And we're gonna do the same thing on the other side. This time, it might be easier for some of you to start by putting the line in for that's covering his face, and then kind of curve it outwards. And yeah, what you can do now is you can kind of erase the line you put in for the side of his face, for his jaw, I mean, and you can just work on I'm straightening it up, so it's easier to see. But yeah, after you got that, it should look something like this, right? This was our original circle, and we can really erase that too, because we don't need it anymore. But what we are worried about is when it comes about, you notice how I drew the line about halfway up in the original circle we drew, a little below that, we're going to want to just put a line in straight across like this. And these are his bangs. Actually, yeah, I prefer that to be a little higher up. So, but yeah, same thing. We're gonna start off by putting a line across, which are for his bangs, like this. And once we've got that, we've already got a very simple basic shape for Bucciarati in. Again, extremely easy, right? Now, before we do anything else, there's another thing about Bucciarati. He has this weird, I don't know what it even is, on the top of his head. His hair is like in this weird shape. We're not going to spend too much time on it because of perspective. You're not going to see it as much. So, how we're going to do it is, it's just going to be a, we're going to draw like an oval right here, right? And make it more like a cylinder right up front. He has like 4 ovals here. We're going to put one like further back here, like somewhere over here. And then you can see the hints of one back there. And that's basically all we have to do right now. So we've got that. And another thing, he has these like hair clips for his bangs on the side of his head. So we're going to put that in as ovals again. Right? Yeah? And what you want to do is, when you put these ovals in, they're in a certain perspective. So you want to make the side that's closer to the middle of his head bigger than the side that's far away. And then you can put in these lines to kind of show the depth. Like that. Yeah, that looks good. And then what you're going to do for the bangs is, you're just going to kind of put the cuts in it, right? Because they're bangs. So we're just going to, wherever we want there to be like some spaces, you don't have to be very exact with it. You're just going to put in some, like a triangular shape like I just did. And just 2 lines like this. That's all you need. Like this. Right? Here, I'll do that again. Yeah, just 2 lines wherever you want there to be like bangs across the hair. And that's like about all you need. And then you already have kind of like the bang thing going for him. Now we got that. I'm going to erase the rest of the circle we drew here, because all we really need at this point is the center of the head. Right there. There. Looks good. So, I'm just darkening things right now. Right. And now, before we do any of the facial features, I'm going to put in the neck. He has a high collar shirt, so you don't really need much for the neck. You can just put in 2 lines, and then just do this. And that's kind of all you need, like, for Bucciarati. Because he's wearing this high collar thing, so a little, I'd say a little down and past the, where you have the side thingies. I just don't remember what they're called, but these things, a little below them, over here, you're gonna put in the lines for his high collared shirt thing. So like that. And you can just put in, we're not drawing his full body, so you can just kind of etch in his the rest of his body like that. And he has like a zipper-ish thing going here, right? And over here he has another 2 of the things. They're similar to the things on his head, not quite the same. They're just like kind of over here, and they're striped like that. Don't need to be too exact, because like even in the actual manga or anime, it's kind of inconsistent the way these are. So it doesn't have to be anything too perfect. There's no like only there's 2 here and stuff like that. And with that, we've already got kind of his spiel. And as you can notice, I didn't erase this kind of tiny line here where we have the circle. And that is because we're going to use that to cut the bottom of the circle is going to help us for the nose placement, which I'm going to do right now. So for the nose, we're going to start off easy. We're going to make this triangular shape, right? And we're going to darken it. What we're going to do is we're going to have two like triangles pointing up like this, right? You see what I did there? These two triangles, like small triangles. These are like kind of his nostrils. And then at the side, at one side, because we're going to like, our shadow is going to be a little different here. We're going to have it going up like this, right? And that way, you kind of already get the, feel like that's in the style of part 5, the kind of nose we just did there. It should actually be a little bigger, I'm sorry, like that. And then we're going to put in the two triangles, like this. Yeah? Yeah. There we go. And then I'm going to erase the middle line over here because we don't need it anymore. And we're just going to put in some lines across the middle of the nose like that. Because this is part 5. In part 5, they had, that was kind of part of Araki's style. He had the lines across the nose, the bridge of the nose. And again, it's very simple. That's all you need to do for the nose. And you're pretty much done with the nose part. And now we can put in the mouth. The mouth, it's going to be a weird M shape. So how it's going to work, you're going to have a line over there. And it's going to come back in. And it's going to go out again. So, yeah, it's going to... And then you're going to follow the same shape, but more subtly at the bottom. So, yeah. Kind of get... It's like two, like, elongated M's. Kind of get what I mean. And the same shape, but a little more elongated at the bottom. And for the bottom lip, it's going to be, you have two dark areas over here. It's going to be much wider than the top of the lip. And that's really, like, all you need for the lips. Right? And actually, I have a little bit too much shadow at the nose area. There we go. And what you're going to do now is for the top lip, you're going to just put lines across the top lip. This is kind of like a hatching style that Araki did. And with that, you already kind of have that part of Bucciarati's head done. Now all we really have left to do is to put in the eyes. And then we can move on to inking and coloring. Which I'm probably not going to be showing in this tutorial. It's just how to draw Bucciarati. So yeah. If you'd like to see more coloring tutorials, make sure to tell me in the comment section below. But anyway, let's get into the eyes. So the eyes for JoJo, it's going to be almost identical to the way I did them for Giorno. So how it's going to work is you're going to have a line like about here, if you measure it for the middle line. Like if this is the line for the middle. Make sure that it's even on each side, because you're going to need to draw the eye on the other side too. So, I don't know. You're going to have maybe a little bit apart from the middle, so a little past the side of the nose here. The part where I'm erasing right now, a little past the side of the nose. You're going to have the line for the side of the eye. And how it's going to work is, you're going to put a line across here, and then a line down like this, right? And this line down is going to be a little thicker than the rest. Like that. Right? And don't be afraid to make it a little thick, because that's kind of the style that Araki had at this part. Harsh shadows and stuff. And you're going to connect the and make a triangular shape at the side of the eye here. Go across again, this time angled a little downward, and going up again like this. And then you're going to have some lines going out for the eyelashes, just at the side here. You don't want to follow that in here too much. Right? And once you got that, you can put in the eyebrows. the eyebrows, it's gonna be very simple because most of it is covered by the hair. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna make this triangular shape on top, except make it a little thicker, closer to the middle of the head. And you're gonna stop right about here, right? And yeah, and for the iris, you're just going to, again, very simple, a curve over here and a curve over there, and that's all you really need, and you already have kind of that JoJo aesthetic going for you. This time I'm going to start with the eyebrow because I already have the other eyebrow as a reference, right? And it's the same exact thing. Same shape, same everything. And yeah, that's good enough. It's a little off, but it'll look fine in just a bit. Trust me. Because what we're going to do now is we're going to add a lot of shadow. Because in this, especially in the anime, I see a lot of use of black for the shadow. So that's kind of what we're going for here. And as you can see how I made one side of the nose darker, that's going to be the side which is kind of more in shadow. So how that's going to work is I'm first going to darken it, so that would be the right eye to our left, but his right eye. Above here, it's going to all be in shadow. You can see I colored it in dark, right? And when you get here, you're going to curve it in like you're seeing right now. And when you get to the bottom, how it's going to work is it's going to kind of taper out and then come back in like this, and this whole thing is going to be filled in with black. It's blue now because this is technically my underlayer for pencils, but yeah, this whole area is going to be in black. Oof, I messed that up. And just like kind of play around with the shape until it feels right to you for a shadow. So that's what I'm doing here. Just playing around with that shape until it kind of works for me. There's no hard and fast rule that it has to be like this. But yeah. And on the other side, a similar thing is going to happen, but it's only going to come like so far out. Like it's going to come out like this and just kind of end there. Like that. Right? And then along in the same vein, you're going to put this area kind of in shadow. You're going to follow the shape of where the chin would be. So this line over here. And then kind of going across, like curving inwards to the side of the chin. And put this whole area in that shadow. Just harsh lighting all around. Just, you know, to kind of change things up. Right? And on this side, we're going to just kind of have a line over here. Just put a line to like show, like it's kind of in the JoJo art style, like that, right? Right. And with that, that's like we pretty much finished our Bruno Bucciarati. I can't believe I was kind of brain farting on his name there. Oh, never mind. I forgot to put in the eyes. Very similar to JoJo's eyes, we're going to put in a circle for the middle of the eyes. And do you see how that kind of fixed, like, how the eyes were looking off before, but now it looks much more even? Yeah, just trust me on it. It'll look fine on your guys' thing, too. And you're going to put in a circle at the corner there for kind of like the highlight. Right? And if you want, you can make the pupil a little thicker. And yeah, that's pretty much it. That's all I got for you guys. So I am going to finish, like, just kind of quickly ink it and color it in time lapse, and I'll see you then. Alright guys, I'm gonna stop there. Like, I could keep going, keep editing it to make it better. Like, if I did this on paper, it would probably look a little better. But I did it digitally, so, you know, I can get some practice in. And yeah, I could just keep at it for a while, but I think you guys get the idea. Just apply, like, the basics on how I put in the eyes, how I did the face, and all that. Apply that to, whatever drawing you're doing. And what I would suggest, highly suggest, is to use a photo reference. Like, do what I did with the circle and the line, like, because the basic guidelines like that will help get your image to look better in the long run. But use a photo reference and use that to kind of like mark your drawing and make sure that your drawing's not too far off. Like, I'm still learning digital. I'm learning with you guys, so sorry if this tutorial didn't turn out maybe like as perfect as my other pencil tutorials have. But I'm learning with you guys, and it's really the basics, like the basic concepts of starting, like the guidelines and where your eyes should be. Just those basic concepts, if you can grasp them, you can really draw anything. So that's gonna have to be it. Thank you all so much for watching. I enjoyed this. It's been a while since I've done a video. I apologize. I'll try and do more. As I always say that, but I end up not doing it. But I'll try. I'm sincerely trying here, guys. But yeah, if you liked, leave a like. Subscribe for more videos such as this. You can check out my old videos too. My previous video was how to draw a Giorno, so if you're interested, there's that. Yeah, tell me in the comments what else you want to see. I know I've got a lot of requests and not a lot of time, but yeah. That'll be that then. Bye.